smoked meat.
No chemicals or preservatives, just 100% honest to goodness hickory smoked meat.
Let's put another shrimp on the barbie.
Boy, some chicken wings have really hit the spot.
You ain't got no better food like some chicken wings, some baby back ribs, some fries or something?
That's just two guys talking, am I right? We're just talking.
Yeah, howdy, hey. How's everybody doing? Excited to be here for another live episode from the pit.
The people begged for it, and the people get what they want. Unless it's weird, then they don't.
Yeah. There are limits, people. Mm-hmm. There are limits.
John, tell us about the new intro.
Right?
That John is commenting on. Thanks, John. We're pretty excited about it.
Super excited about that. Big shout out to Adam Thomas, who put that together for us. So local, he does videography, photography. He's I don't even know what his title is, but he and I work together at our day jobs. And he's been a huge help in the way we set up our studio, the lighting we do, all of it.
Yeah.
And so he's a great resource and was really excited to have a chance to partner with him on that. And
yeah.
I gave him like 3 pieces of like, I kind of want this and I kind of want that. And he just ran with it. So if you need any video work, hit me up and we will definitely get you taken care of.
I am baffled by how creative people do stuff. Like, just how they can just, oh, that's what you want? Okay. It's kind of like Nate with the logo. Like, it was like, I don't know. We kind of want this. And he came up with our logo, and we really liked it.
Yeah.
So.
I wish I was that creative.
Yeah. Agreed.
So.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, hey, if somebody can drop in the comments, I'm watching the live feed here, and it seems like it may be skipping a little bit. So if it is doing that and somebody wants to comment, let me know, and I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'll try and do something.
We're going to fix it because the people deserve to not buffer. I don't know.
Let's not make too many promises.
Yeah, you're right. People, thanks for being here, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here.
Super. This is just fun. We love having everybody on here. Nice, Potty. Thanks for letting us know. And on the East Coast, where else do we have people listening?
Yeah, where you guys at?
Besides my my upstairs.
Yeah, also my basement.
Yeah, Gigglebox, that's my sister.
So, welcome, sister. Gigglebox, that's delightful.
Gigglebox, hey. Yeah.
I love it.
She apparently hasn't changed her email address since she was 12.
Well, you know. Is it a Hotmail?
No, at least it's Gmail.
Nice. If it was AOL, we'd have issues.
Nice. Tune, we've got locals, Wellsville. Awesome. On the agenda, Larry, I will tell you what's on the agenda. We're pretty excited. So we've got a shout out, talk about social media a little bit. Kind of love to get some feedback from everybody. And we will talk about merch.
Mm-hmm.
The merch. And then guys, I have like zero impulse control.
I'm excited about this. I'm excited to talk about this.
The amount of impulse control I have, like, it's kind of embarrassing. I had the day off on Friday, and we drove past the Blackstone warehouse, and I don't know what happened. Like, the car just, like, veered into the parking lot, and all of a sudden there was a pizza oven in the back of my car.
I get a text with a picture of a pizza oven, no caption. Just like, oh, my gosh, John. So
we'll talk about the pizza oven, give that a review. And then, since we woke up to 8 inches of snow this morning.
What the heck, man?
And not just, like, nice, fluffy powder.
No.
It was friggin'
nasty slush.
It was heavy, wet snow, and I went out and I got on the 4-wheeler and plowed.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was awesome.
How'd she roll? Pretty good?
Yeah.
Is this the first plow you've done?
This is the first time I've plowed with it,
Nice.
and I was super happy.
Was there a learning curve?
real short.
Really? Never plowed.
I,
But right on.
I don't know. I've been watching plows. Like, one of my dreams is to drive like a big city highway plow
That's the retirement plan.
and
huh?
do like 50 miles an hour with just like that cascade of snow shooting off to the side.
Would be pretty sweet.
And I'm not gonna lie, I helped a couple of people with like sidewalks and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And you get it, and you turn the plow angled,
Uh-huh.
and then as you get going, once you find your traction and you like get the throttle balanced, like you just go and it just like curls up and rolls off.
It sounds super satisfying.
It is so satisfying. But anyways, I was out there for like a half hour. I came in and my Carhartt coat was like soaking wet.
Yeah.
And there was
wet.
another inch of snow on the first walk that I had shoveled. Like, I was not happy.
Yeah.
Not happy, people.
Mm-hmm.
So, but since we
Comments
have...
are trying to get
yeah.
us back on track here.
All right, we're getting there. We're getting back, everybody.
We can't be talking about the weather anymore.
Anyways, because it is cold, crappy weather today, thought we should probably talk a little bit. Like, warm weather is right around the corner, supposedly. We've had some warm 40-degree days, and we'll be coming up on enjoyable cooking weather, not just...
Allegedly. I feel like that groundhog's full of crap.
Yeah.
But
I don't know, man. It was 37 and raining when I came home today.
that's
so.
true. It felt really good on Friday, I think,
Yeah.
or Saturday, whichever day it was.
But anyways, like, there's some preseason things that you should be doing to get ready, and we'll talk about that. So, at least feed us that are here right now. Big D's. Is that?
I think that's Demerin. Yeah.
Oh, Demerin. That makes sense. I was like, is that Damon? tell him to go to bed. As my kids have obviously hijacked my accounts upstairs. But let's ooh, what are you talking about, Potty? We've got the best pizza flour in the state made right here in Logan.
Where is it, John? Where do we find it? Tell us your ways.
Yeah, we'll have to do that.
Yeah.
But hey, let's I guess Mike, everyone asked last time, what's in your cup?
I'm gonna be straight with you, John. John cheated on me and went on a drink run with somebody else before we started. All right, and
Don't tell me you're drinking water.
yeah, I in protest, I'm drinking water. No, seriously, I stopped at Maverick on the way home and on the way to school, and so I don't need another one. I need to relax a little bit, you know.
Well, I am pretty sure if a Mountain Dew Zero magically made its way out of the fridge upstairs and came down here, I don't know who might be listening that could make that happen.
That'd be much appreciated.
Yeah. We can't have Mike drinking water on the show.
Oh, right by Logan High, John. Central Milling. No, that's not by Logan High, is it?
It's on the other side of Main Street.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
like just before you drop down into the island
Yeah. Okay.
off Water Street.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So,
I got you.
all right. Well, I'm drinking Dr. Pepper Zero
Oh,
with some cream and peach. 'Cause
Interesting.
I'm bougie like that.
too fancy, man. Too fancy. All right.
Mostly, I just think it's funny because Swig calls it a son of a peach.
That's hilarious.
So,
Well done. Sorry, guys. I forgot where the mute button is, so I'm just going to cough in the microphone at full speed. Let's do our shout out, John.
let's do it. Let's,
Yeah, so this guy is, his handle is Cooking in the Yard. And Danny, I'm sorry, I don't know how to say your last name. Danny Dobrzinski. There's like 30 letters and none of them are vowels. But his page is awesome, and he always does this thing when he on his reels. He always goes, "Oh, that's good." Yeah. And I feel like we need a tagline like that. Like,
Ends, they taste as good as they look.
Oh, that's good.
They're phenomenal.
there it is. But he's got all kinds of cool creative stuff. He has like some breakfast pigs in a blanket that he does. Just pretty impressive it's kind of refreshing to see somebody that just does kind of different stuff, you know? Like, I'll watch a brisket video every time, but it's kind of fun to see somebody who's just doing some different things with it.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, this one is bacon wrapped pickle burnt ends.
yeah.
I'm not a huge pickle fan, but I'd take a swing at one of those.
I think I said the exact same thing to Whitney when I was looking through this with her. It's like, I don't really like pickles, but I think I'd try that. So, anyway, check him out, Cooking in the Yard. I found him on Instagram. I think I tried to find him on TikTok, and he didn't have any videos posted. But
One of the things that I really liked about him is I went through all of his stuff. Mm-hmm. Man, he's got like solid recipes, like
Yeah.
right in his descriptions.
and stuff for everybody. Like, my wife's not a huge chunk of meat fan, but I showed her that pizza that he did. She was pretty into that. She's like, "Oh, that looks amazing."
This one?
Yeah, that French bread pizza or whatever, that looks phenomenal. So,
Yep. That one looked good. This was stuffed pepperoni bread, which Domino's has something like this. That, dude, that's friggin' money. Got French toast. Mama Kelsey's dinner rolls. We know we love Mama Kelsey, right?
oh yeah, Mama Kelsey is a fan of the podcast for sure. Wait, no, the podcast is fans of her.
I was gonna say, dude, if Mama Kelsey knows who we are, like I've arrived, I'm done.
Yeah, we did it. We did it.
Oh.
Anyway, Cooking in the Yard. Check him out. Got some cool stuff.
Yeah. But since we have 9 of you here,
Yeah.
first of all, thanks for being here.
Diehards.
Tune 8:30 on your daughter's in high school, man. It's fine.
Listen, tell Ella she can stay up a little bit later tonight because she came and got your hat.
You owe her this one, Tune. But what do you guys want on social media? It's funny when you start doing this kind of stuff. Like, as much as I just want this to be a hobby, my Type A personality refuses to let me not want to be good and like grow things. And
Yeah. Well, and we enjoy doing it, so we want to do it right, and we want to do it the way that I don't want to act like we're not like trying to be necessarily like the popular kids, but I also want to.
I want to be the popular kid. I'm okay with it.
Well, I guess that's kind of what I'm trying to say. So I was going to say, we don't want to be the popular kid. We just want everybody to like us. But
Yeah.
that's the same thing.
But anyways, would just love everyone's feedback. If you want to drop something in the comments, I've watched accounts that talk about this and like how to grow. You look at Red Bull. If you look at Red Bull's social media account, there is nothing about their drinks
Yeah.
on there. Like it's
all
just
epic, like mountain biking and yeah.
some really cool stuff. So we can definitely just put random stuff out there and like let everybody into our live, or we can do it more like, I've already blanked on his name.
Cooking in the Yard.
Cooking in the Yard, Danny.
Yeah.
There we go. We can definitely do it like Danny and have recipes and just be about the food. And what do you guys want? Can I boot my sister from?
No, dude, I love this. You were the popular kid.
I kind of was.
You dirty communist.
Sorry, man.
That's all right. We can still be friends. I was pretty well liked too. I'll get over it.
Yeah.
Also, I'm wondering, what if we started doing like longer YouTube tutorial type stuff?
Yeah.
Or do we just want, like, we all are just in here having fun? Do you just kind of want to see what we're up to? Stuff like that. So,
Show you the food.
John wants the food. He don't want any of this random crap. He wants food.
He doesn't care about us. He's just here for the food.
Well, I read it different, but yeah, for sure.
And I don't have a Tom Cruise voice, so I get the reference though.
Yeah. I can hear it in my head, but I'm afraid to even try to replicate
And
it.
I guess more specifically, I don't have a Jerry Maguire voice.
Right, there it is. But yeah, if we made longer videos, I mean, making videos kind of sucks. We've talked about that. It takes a little bit longer. But if we did longer like YouTube tutorials, would you guys even be interested in that? / would that kind of be interesting? So
Have I dissed Seinfeld?
I don't know.
Maybe Demeron's talking about potty because I haven't watched a ton of Seinfeld, but
I've watched a few episodes, but I had a hard time getting into it. I do enjoy it, but I had a hard time getting into it.
Larry, have you had any experience with dry out or wet pellets? I'm not sure I know. I don't know. I'm not sure if I know what you're talking about with dry out. If you want to drop some more context there. If your pellets get wet, just throw them away, man.
Yeah, they just like get all crumbly and
Yeah.
then they'll dry hard, right?
Well, if they get wet, and I actually looked at making pellets. Like,
Yeah,
was
you
gonna
were
start a
into the
business.
science about it for a
I've,
long time.
talked with manufacturers of the pellet mills and everything. The pellets that you use in your smoker, they are literally, it is sawdust that is compressed with heat and a tiny, tiny bit of moisture that forms that. So if it gets wet, the compression disappears and it will swell back up. And then if it does dry, it turns into concrete. And
You basically have to like disassemble your auger and everything, right?
Yeah,
You get it all cleaned out.
I had it happen to me one time with my first Traeger that some water got down into my pellets and I didn't realize it, and I ran them and they ran. Yeah, so it dried out. So the only time that they're going to fall apart like that is if they've been wet and then they dry out.
Oh, okay. So
that's
they
the only-
get wet and then dry, and then
Yeah.
that's when they're falling apart and getting crumbly.
They fall apart, they get crumbly, and then they just turn rock freaking solid. And yeah, I had to pull my auger out of my smoker, and I literally chiseled
Yeah,
the
because
wood pellets off.
it's literally like concrete. Like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Only
if
had that happen once.
yeah,
It was
if
a
your
mess.
pellets get wet, Larry, just throw them away. Don't try and run them. If you find them wet in your hopper, vacuum them out, open the chute, whatever you're gonna do. Try and get as much of that out as you can. Purge your auger and start with fresh pellets. And I happen to know a guy that sells pellets for a really great deal.
I also know a guy that does that.
Yeah, they happen to be a sponsor of the show, Hayden Barbecue.
Heyo, the first sponsor, Hayden Barbecue and Maverick for a minute,
Kind
and then
of.
no longer.
I mean, they gave us a few free drinks.
That's true. They do that to everybody. I feel like
We should start that back up again. Mm-hmm. Did you see they dropped merch?
no.
There's like new Maverick merch.
Is there?
Yeah, it showed up in the app today. It popped up.
Heck yeah.
So, cool. Great question, Larry. Because yeah, that's one you've got to do. I'm not someone who advocates like pulling your pellets out of your hopper every time.
Yeah. Me neither.
Maybe if you're not
Use
going to
what you
use your
got.
grill for months, it may be worth pulling them out, especially if it's sitting outside.
Mm-hmm.
But just if it gets wet, just give it up. You're not going to save anything for the $12 that Hayden Barbecue is going to charge you for a single bag.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's 13. It's 5 for 60.
What the heck?
If you mention
Inflation, man.
If you mention you were on the live, I'm pretty sure that the guy selling pellets will give them to you for $12.
You heard it here first, folks.
But it's your time is worth more than the $12 that you're going to spend on a bag of pellets with me to have to tear your grill all the way
Yeah.
apart, and
Yep.
it's a nightmare. So,
Faux show.
but since Maverick's dropping merch, we should talk about our merch.
Yeah.
Still got a couple of hats if anybody's interested in those. The other thing, Mike and I have been talking about this, wanting to do this. Curious if anyone else would be interested. But I want an apron.
I think it'd be sweet.
And I think we would probably take our logo. I've been thinking about this. Since you love the Hey Howdy Hey so much. I think I would take my character off of the logo, which is I guess depending on how you're looking at this, I'm the guy on the left, other side. Take that character, put him on an apron that says, "Hey, howdy, hey."
That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah, I guess.
I'd be on board.
Yeah, that's my left.
Yeah.
When I'm looking at it, it's on my left. It's
Yeah.
your right.
Yeah.
Because you're looking at it.
You got it. Yeah.
I was like, why do you, like, how do we screw that up? Anyways, so apron, Big John silhouette saying, "Hey, howdy, hey."
I love that.
And I know you've been looking for a catchphrase.
I'll find it one day.
We would do one with Mike too. If he comes up with one, we can definitely do that. I was thinking, how do you feel about what's smoking?
Oh, that's pretty hot. See what I did there?
That's pretty hot.
I like it.
There you go. There it is.
It's just like the name of the podcast.
That's
man.
pretty hot.
Gotta happen
There's Mike's
organically.
catchphrase. So we'll put that on there.
That's pretty hot.
So drop it in here. Let us know if you're interested in an apron, and we'll do an order of them. Otherwise, Mike and I'll just make them for ourselves. And
Listen, Whit, if people think it's Paris Hilton, maybe they'll buy more. You know?
we can do it in Barbie pink.
Yeah.
Didn't she just do a
Just
commercial?
take my character, and put hair on it, and color it pink, and I'll be like, "That's hot." Isn't that what she says? Something like that. JK. I'll keep chewing on it for a second.
Apparently, body by
I
smoker.
love that, Harry. That is awesome. Body by smoker.
Body by. I've got a shirt that says "Body by Brisket."
I love that.
Love it.
that.
That's awesome. Okay, we're gonna have to go. We're gonna have to get bigger than we are, Annie, before we're doing sweatshirts.
Yeah.
We're gonna stay in our. We're gonna stay in our lane for the moment.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're there.
Yeah. This is what the people want, John.
This is what the people want.
Tell us about your pizza oven.
We will get to the pizza oven that just spontaneously.
It just happened.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I think everybody on here, except for maybe my sister, is based in Cache Valley. If you guys don't know this, Blackstone is based out of Logan. I think technically they're in North Logan. They're north of the airport.
Yeah. Building a big howdy do right by us now.
Yeah, they've got a huge new corporate headquarters that's being built, but right now their warehouse is just north of the airport. Mm-hmm. You can see it from the highway as you're going through, but they've got a store in the valley that you can go and get their scratch and dent stuff that gets returned. Camp Chef does the same thing, but they only do a sale twice a year or something, I think.
It sounds like the lines there are unreal. I've never been to one, but I've heard that they're pretty crazy.
I've driven by. But anyways, so if you're in the market, go hit up the store because they are crazy discounts. Big time crazy discounts. Mm-hmm. So, and the boxes look like they have fallen off of a semi, been run over, thrown off of a train. The boxes are trashed, but I've bought several grills from them, this pizza oven, and I've never had any issues at all, no matter how bad the box looked.
Yeah.
So, don't let the box scare you. But yeah, went and bought a 13-inch pizza oven. They've got 3 different sizes, a 13, 15, and a 16. The 16 is like the big daddy of all of them.
Okay.
That's got all the features, all the functions. It has 2 stones in it, so one that you put your pizza on and another one on top.
Oh.
That the stones just concentrate the heat, right?
Okay.
So it's like a heat sink.
So it's not. I was picturing kind of like a broiler, like just fire on top, stone on bottom.
The fire is around the 3 sides that are closed.
Okay.
And then the heat gets channeled up, and then it comes down on top of the pizza.
And the stones just kind of.
Yeah, so you preheat it. You preheat the stone. The stone gets really hot. That's what gives you a crispy crust. Mm-hmm. And then if you had a stone on top, that would also help even out and regulate the
Okay.
temperature throughout the whole grill, just so you don't get hot spots.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But so the big one, it's got a stone on top, a stone on bottom, and the stone on the bottom rotates.
Okay.
Right, because you've got heat on 3 sides and a door on the front.
Okay.
Obviously, that's going to be colder.
Does the door always stay open, or is
Nope,
there?
it closes.
Okay.
Yeah, it closes or
Gotcha.
opens. So that's the big one. The next one has 2 stones, but it doesn't rotate.
Okay.
And I think, did I already say, I think that's a 15-inch.
Yeah. Well, you said it was the middle. Whatever.
Yeah. I bought the smallest one. It's a 13-inch stone. And it's just a stone on the bottom, but it rotates.
Okay. But no stone on top.
No stone on top.
Gotcha.
I went with that one mostly because, one, it's smaller, and Haley still seems to think that just because all you can do is turn around on my deck, that it's too small.
Come on, Haley.
I had a very strategic spot I was going to put the big one.
You had thought this out, even though it spontaneously appeared in your truck. You had a plan for it.
Like, I'd been thinking about what I would do. I did not intend to buy one last weekend. And honestly, we went and did it because Haley has gotten into sourdough,
Okay.
which has been great.
Huh.
The things you can do with sourdough discard:
Yeah.
cookies, muffins,
Really?
pancakes. What else has she made? She made some sourdough dinner rolls that I'm pretty sure like people have dreamed about these rolls.
Really?
Yeah, like I can never eat another Rhodes dinner roll.
Sourdough rolls. I don't think I've ever even. I can't even imagine what
we'll
that's
get
like.
Haley to make some, and they're just, oh my gosh, they're like stupid good.
I'm into it. I love a good roll.
Yeah. Anyway, so we were kind of like, when you do sourdough loaves, man, you got to crank it up. It's like you're cooking like 500 degrees.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it gets the house flipping hot. So we were actually thinking about, like, I wonder if it's big enough that you could cook bread in there.
Okay. The pizza oven.
The pizza oven.
Okay.
It wasn't.
Not big enough, like.
The opening wasn't big
Okay,
enough,
gotcha.
which makes sense for the pizza oven.
Sure.
But anyways, that's why we ended up at the store, is we were actually looking for that.
Okay.
Then she had more discard, and she wanted sourdough pizza dough.
Uh-huh.
So we had sourdough pizzas.
How is the sourdough pizza dough?
It was fantastic.
That sounds really good. I
Yeah,
love
like-
sourdough pizza dough.
Yeah, like Pier 49 style.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sourdough with pulled pork. Let's see, Potty, what are you saying? Pizza ovens are like smokers. Once you get one, you'll want a bigger one and more portable. He's not wrong, because I've got a little one that it's probably a 10-inch stone. It's an uni. It's a first generation uni that runs off of wood pellets, and it's great. It's got awesome flavor.
Pizza oven.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm not knocking it. Just it's kind of a pain in the butt to have pellets. So I wanted one with propane. The little one also runs off of those like 1 pound, like little green cans
Yeah,
that
little
your
lantern cans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I was pretty pumped about. So when we go camping and stuff, this thing will go with us, and
Okay.
just throw it in the trailer and it'll be fun. So, but got it. It takes about 20-25 minutes to get hot enough. And I was running between 600 and 700 degrees on the deck. But man, you take it, you throw it in there, the pizza cooks in about 3 minutes. And we were doing pizzas, I don't know, they were, a little bigger than face size. I don't know.
Face size.
Maybe about your
Face size plus. I got a big round face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take it.
So, yeah, did that, and everyone made their own little pizza, threw it out there, cooked it. I had 4 pizzas cooked in about 25 minutes.
Dude. Even after we talked about this, I went home and was like, there's no way. There's no way that the pizza oven cooks it that fast. And I looked it up and was like, no way. I'm just baffled by this.
Well, yeah, and I mean, that big one, I think mine will go up to 900.
Degrees? Uh-huh. Good heavens.
Oh, yeah. I am super pumped to put a cast iron pan in there, get it screaming hot, and sear a steak off on it.
Oh, in the pizza oven.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, Uni's got like special pans and everything designed for it in theirs, and I don't see any reason why you couldn't do it with.
Just a cast iron.
Yeah, do it with this one.
Could you do like a deep dish pizza? They cook a little different, right?
Yeah, they cook a little different. I mean, you could. Mine's probably a little small.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess you could put like an 8-inch pizza or an 8-inch cake pan in there. I'm down for it. I had a whole like Detroit deep dish phase this summer,
Yeah.
which is delicious.
I love me a big, thick pizza.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, I'm a huge fan. And what did I tell you? It was like out of the outlet store, I think I was like $145.
Jeez. That's not terrible.
Like taxes, everything. I texted you, didn't I?
Yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking. 145. I know it was under 150. I thought you said 140. So here's my question. Even though we're talking about Blackstone and stuff,
it was 145 out the door.
people that build, and John, maybe you can talk to this too because I know you've looked into this. People that build those like brick oven pizza ovens in their yard, are we still getting the same like time frame? Like it's still, 90 seconds and my pizza's done. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So let's maybe level set on expectations so everyone knows what we're talking about.
Oh yeah.
These are like Napoleano style pizzas. Like they're thin crust, crispy crust. This is not a big fluffy crust like you get at Domino's. That's a Greek style pizza. It's definitely not pan pizza that you get at Pizza Hut or deep dish from Little Caesars. Like these are very thin pizzas that cook really fast.
Okay.
Even like a Papa Murphy's, I don't see you dropping a Papa Murphy's in there and it being done in 4 minutes.
Really? Yeah. So it's the type of pizza that you're cooking that is
it's
making it in and out that fast.
Yeah, so the dough's much thinner. It's not real heavy on the sauce. Like
Okay.
I think I was putting like 2 or 3 tablespoons of sauce, just enough to kind of get it on there, hold it, and keep it from burning. Yep, and John's backing me up here.
Yeah.
They'll cook. Yeah, they cook at high heat. They cook fast.
But it's specific dough for that. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, and I've used the pizza dough from Firehouse here in town. Like you can use any pizza dough. You can use the pre-made stuff in a can. You just stretch it and keep the toppings lighter.
It's got to stay a little bit thinner than a. Okay.
Yeah. Now you can cook all of those other types of pizzas in a wood-fired oven or in a gas oven like this, but you're not going to cook it at 700-800 degrees. You're going to cook it at 400.
Right, like an oven, basically.
Yeah. And it does, like, it'll definitely cook faster than it does in your oven inside. So Papa Murphy's what, 425 for like 14 to 18 minutes.
14, 18, I think.
You're probably going to be closer to the 10 to 12 because you get this like convection thing going on as the heat's blowing across it. It's not just a static. You're hurting my soul. Talking about Papa Murphy's is hurting your soul? I'm not sure what I said to get him to do that.
Such a hater. John lived in Italy for 2 years, so he learned a lot about pizza and stuff like that. So
yeah, no, and there are people that get way deep into this. My CEO at work has a oven in his backyard. I guess that like he flew in from Italy. Has his 00 semolina flour imported. Like
holy cow,
man, he is deep. He is deep into it. But yeah, it's a ton of fun, and it's fun that you can like kind of peek in there and you see the dough like start to bubble up.
Yeah. See, and I love this idea of like everybody kind of makes their own. Like different toppings, you can do different things, and then bam. Like we were talking about this last week, designing it for a patio for a company, and then, you know, everybody could just bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
That would be
Which
cool.
I was texting those guys and told one of them, I was like, hey, I've got 3 or 4 ideas I want to talk about with you guys. One of them is a pizza oven. And I just got back, pizza oven? Like, I think they're pretty excited about this idea.
Oh,
So,
nice.
all right. Well, Mike, it's starting to get warm.
Yeah.
What do you do to get ready for the warm weather where you might go from cooking outside once or twice a month to once or twice a week?
Well, I remember last year we kind of did an episode on grill maintenance, and that's where my head's at right now, especially since I've had a puppy do a few things to some of my smokers. We finally, I think I've got him under control a little bit, but I've got some maintenance to do, and that's something that I want to do now, so that when the warm weather hits and it's nice, I can just go out and use those things, you know? So we talked about, I mean, just your general like cleaning and stuff, but also, you know, tightening up any nuts and bolts on your smoker. If it's like loose or wiggly or whatever, it's a good time to hit it with a screwdriver or wrench and just kind of tighten things up, make sure it's still sitting level, and, you know, maybe checking your pellets if you've left them in there over the winter, which I'm just now thinking maybe I better check mine. You know, making sure no moisture got in there, so you're not going to have to chisel concrete off your auger or anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think?
No, I love that. And if you use your equipment a lot, like things wear out, things break. Like that's totally normal. Especially on like gas grills, those little, they call them flavor bars.
Yeah.
That's the little angle iron that sits over the
Over
burner.
the burner, yeah.
Those things get caked with grease and then they burn through and
Rust through. And,
yeah.
Yeah.
I think the first thing I would do is, one, I'd go out and look at my stuff and I'd just take an inventory of what's broken, what needs to be replaced. Because those flavor bars, you can get them on Amazon for like $20.
Oh.
Yeah, if you try and buy them, like I've got a Weber, that the Weber brand flavor bars I think are $70. Which every time I look at it, I just like want to cry a little bit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But it's just so brutal to buy that.
Yeah.
But if you spend the $20 to buy the off-brand ones, like it makes a huge difference in your cooking experience because you're not dealing with the flare-ups, you're not dealing with uneven heat, but you also like you don't want to get hit with it all at once.
Right.
Like, I mean, one year I needed flavor bars. I think I needed a new rack, like the metal grate for one of my charcoal cookers. Like there were like 3 or 4 things. It was like $100 by the time I got through all of it. I was just like, fetch.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to spend $100 all at once, but if I can break that up over a month, like that feels a lot more manageable.
Yeah. That's kind of where I'm at. I've been slowly buying parts all winter. They're sitting on my dresser. I just need to kind of install them all.
So I think doing that, and then the other thing that it's like, it's almost a little annoying to like have to do it, but it's another thing that can just make such a big impact. On that first good warm day you have, man, take your stuff apart and just clean the crap out of it, hose it down, spray it out. I didn't do that last year, and I was looking at in the Traeger, your drip pan, like there's a little angle iron that a lip catches on, and then it angles down, and then there's this trough that kind of channels the grease down into the drain.
Yeah.
And I was
Gorilla
looking at
has
it the other
something
day,
very
man.
similar.
It was like caked on there.
Super gross.
It was so thick, and I was just looking at it like, oh, I've got to do something, and it's gonna be brutal. Like I know I'm gonna have like a screwdriver out there chiseling it to try and get it clean, but just making sure that you're doing those little things, like it prevents flare-ups, fires. Like even a pellet grill will catch on fire if you don't clean it. So I think just start thinking about it now and making a mental list, or an actual list of the things you need to do is a great opportunity to get ready so that when it is nice and you've got everyone coming over, you can just cook and have fun and not have to worry about it.
You don't want to have to be doing this like the day of, I don't know, a party that you've invited everybody over because you forgot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I agree. And also don't be afraid to try to like replace parts or whatever. There's so many YouTube videos that will walk you through exactly what to do. Like, it's pretty easy. So,
yeah. If you've got questions, like, hit us up.
yeah.
I've rebuilt several smokers at this point, and
Yeah, I've taken mine completely apart and put her back together. So,
yeah, happy to help. Happy to take some of that unease away if there's anybody out there listening.
and regardless of brand, like most of the inner workings are basically the same. Like a lot of those parts can be interchanged between brands. So,
Yeah, yeah.
so
you
don't
can.
feel like, well, I don't know. Maybe a Yoder's different. But
Yeah,
if you've got a Yoder, you're in a different tax bracket. So talk to somebody. Talk to your smoker man, because you probably have one. Just kidding.
Yeah, smokestack on my Traeger was my yeah. If you've got one of those 90-degree smokestacks, clean that sucker out, take it off, pressure wash it, blast it, run a wire brush up in there. Yeah, great call out, Larry. That's a spot
That's a
that
good call.
seems like people forget about, and you can absolutely plug that up with Creosil, and that's just
And once that starts on fire, whatever you were cooking is now caked in delicious soot and nastiness. So, yeah,
yep. Don't ruin a brisket.
for sure.
So,
For sure.
alrighty. Are we at that point, Mike?
I think so. I
Any-
think we're at that point.
Anyone else have any questions? We'll hang out here for maybe 30 seconds. See if any last questions come in from the interwebs.
But thanks for being here with us, guys. It's way cool to. It's a lot like we've talked about this. It's way fun for us to just talk to each other, but it's awesome to be able to kind of talk to you guys too. So,
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Well, if you haven't already, be sure and click right here, right about here, that like and subscribe button. Hit that for us. Give us a like on the video. Tell your friends. Spencer, good to see you on here, man. Next episode,
we need to have those aprons ready to go.
we will get to work. But yeah, tell your friends. We would love to have a few more subscribers. The more subscribers we can get, the more fun things we can do. So until next time, I'm John.
And I'm Mike.
And I'm the guy that can't find the cursor on the computer. Where is it at?
And we're Fat Guys with Smokers. And there's the curse.
Thanks for listening to the Fat Guys with Smokers podcast. Be sure to check us out on Instagram and Facebook. Leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Be sure to subscribe so you don't forget to tune in for even more nonsense from a couple of Fat Guys with Smokers.
Don't forget to like, subscribe.